Welcome to Blind Abilities. We got a great show coming up for you. Envision America is in the studio today, and co-hosting with me, returning to Blind Abilities, is Lisa Bryant. And for more podcasts with the blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com and subscribe to the Blind Abilities podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. And now, let's get on with the show. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and joining me in the studio is Lisa Bryant. Lisa, how are you doing?
I am doing very well, Jeff.
Welcome back.
Happy to be back.
Glad you could join me because today in the studio we have Envision America, and they've been spreading their goodness all the way across America and in Canada as well. And our guest today is Director of Marketing from Envision America, Jenna Reed. Jenna, welcome to Blind Abilities.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's a real pleasure to be here. I always enjoy talking with you, and it's wonderful to meet you, Lisa. I'm excited to answer any questions you have for us.
Well, thank you. That's a great way to just go ahead and dive right in. Happy to meet you as well. I guess let's just start from the beginning. Tell us about Envision America. You are no strangers to the game, but there are some folks who may not have known about you or what you offer. So tell us about Envision America and how you even came to the company.
Of course. Our company was founded 25 years ago. We actually just celebrated our anniversary this year. So we're very excited. We had a nice party and all that good stuff. If you visit our website right now, envisionamerica.com, there's a nice big banner up there and it's accessible and all that good stuff. So basically, we're a family company and our roots are founded in family. Our president and our founders, Phil Raystrick and David Raystrick, father and son duo, with Phil being the father. They had retinitis pigmentosa. I have to make sure I say it right. RP in the family. And Phil's 2 brothers had it. One really learned how to read Braille and was comfortable with it. The other one did not. And they would get together and they would play poker together. And one of the kids would have to whisper in the one that wasn't fluent in Braille's ear of what the cards were. And David and Phil saw this and it kind of a light bulb went off that, hey, there's a need here. There's something we can do. And that was how our ID Mate began. Basically, they started putting UPC codes on the cards and you could scan it with just like when you're going to the grocery store where they are scanning your products. It's exactly like that. They scan the UPC code or the barcode and it'll tell you everything about that product. So identifies it and you can self-label all kinds of good stuff. So that was like the essence. That's what started us. And it evolved over the years, just became really popular. Then as technology evolved, unfortunately this past year, it became apparent that ordering supplies for that would not be a good idea. It was hard to get stuff. The market demand for the ID Mate wasn't as strong. Just a confluence of different things came together and we realized that we did retire the product. However, we're not going anywhere and that's what we're founded on. Our database with millions of items is still out there. We still update it twice a year. We still invest in the technology. So anyone that still has an ID Mate, we're here for you. We're still working for you. We're still supporting any under warranty. But it kind of gave that inspiration and it gave that knowledge to the gentleman to realize that there is a need for this type of thing. And one of the things they recognized is some of the VAs, Veteran Affairs, were using this barcode to identify medications. And they thought, well, wow, that's pretty cool. Let's take it to the next step. What about talking prescription labels? So they came across RFID, which is radio frequency identification. And I'm not a techie, so don't ask me any of the specifics because I can't tell you.
And I wouldn't understand it even if you did. So it's okay.
I'm with you, Lisa. I know enough to explain the basics, but I can't get in and do programming and all of that good stuff. But yeah, so they developed a process by which the pharmacist or those in the VA could program all that prescription label information into a little circular tag. And that little tag is in place on the medication. And then you can use either a device, a ScripTalk station is what we call it. It's about the size of an old school CD player. Real simple to use. You just set that pill bottle on top of it and it'll read it out loud for you. Or as technology evolved, We now also have an Android app and an iPhone app that we support. And this is all free. So it started in Veterans Affairs. And then as we evolved, we started adding more and more partners over the years. And we've expanded, throughout the country and in Canada. So yeah, the reason I'm talking to you today is because you guys were interested. Hy-Vee is one of our latest partners who has taken this on and recognized the importance of this for their patients. So we're really excited.
I want to talk about the partnership and where you are, but I'm also curious how you came to the company and came to really embrace its mission.
Well, oddly enough, I came from the Washington, D.C. area. So right now we're in December, and I have to tell you, I'm in Florida now, and I'm not missing that cold weather. Although today it's a little chilly, but I have a background in journalism. I was an editor-writer for many years until several years ago, I moved into marketing. So I have a focus on, I love entertaining. I love educating. I have a sense of service in my professional career. So when I was looking to make the move from DC down to Florida, where I have some family, Envision America happened to be one of the companies that was hiring. I reached out, I talked to Dave Reister, and we realized it was a really good fit. I love the mission. I love helping people. I definitely see the need for this. And the fact that it's free for patients, it was an easy sell. So down I came. I packed up all my stuff and now I'm on the Gulf Coast of Florida.
And you've been how long with them?
3 years.
Okay, wonderful. What I like is what you mentioned, that there's a high tech and a low tech option, which I like because there is that segment of people in the blind and visually impaired community that don't have smartphones and don't read Braille. So what's their option? So you mentioned the disc, the station, or the app, or there is also the Braille option. So talk about the process of developing products to meet all of those different needs.
Of course. Our flagship is ScriptTalk, our audible or talking prescription reader. It's free on loan. Once you talk to a pharmacist and you let them know that you're interested in it, and it's one of our partner pharmacies, what they do is they get you set up at the pharmacy, and they're going to send us a form with your mailing address. And we here in Envision America will learn that you want a ScriptTalk station, and you don't have to get one. You can also get the app or just rely on that as you want. But we will mail out, if you choose to get a ScriptTalk station, we will mail it out to you at no cost. You can have it for the life of your prescription, however long you need it. All we ask is that when you're done with it, that you return it to us so we can hand it on to the next patient. So there's never any charge surrounding that. It's something that's evolved over the years. Most recently, we came out with the ScriptTalk Model 2. It's extremely similar to the older version. The best way to describe it, and I don't have one in front of me, I have the app here ready to demonstrate, but it's an old school CD player style. Think of a Walkman. It's white. It's very simple to use. It has a wheel on the side of it that you use to control the volume and turn it on. Then it has 3 buttons. There's a circular center button, which is going to read your prescription information. And then there's 2 arrows on either side that you can jump through. So you don't have to listen to everything. You can jump through and hit what you want and get your doctor's phone number or get your pharmacist's phone number, and you're done.
That's so great.
It does have all the legal label information. It's got your prescription information, your dosage, your number of refills, your doctor's number, your pharmacist's number, your prescription number, and all the warnings. So it's got all the information you need right there.
I got a little demo of the ScriptTalk station that David Reister gave me at one of the conferences.
Scan the RFID label and just hold the pill bottle over the top. So I'll do that right now. And I'll just hold it over the top of the device.
Patient John J. Smith. Medication amoxicillin 250 milligrams. Instructions: take 1 capsule 3 times daily. Quantity.
So with that, from start to finish, it'll provide all that label information spoken.
You know what I was curious about? Way back in the day, there used to be this separate leaflet. Fortunately, I'm not on a lot of medications, but the last few times I've had to have something filled, they don't give that leaflet anymore. And the leaflet would give you this whole host of possible reactions and things to consider. How is that captured now on a label? Or is it? Or does a patient have to really be paying attention to when the doctor is is prescribing that medication as to what those possible adverse reactions and other warnings might be.
There is still probably supplementary information that they can give you, but the ScriptTalk station itself and that label, that audible label, is going to have all your warnings on it.
Okay.
And it's going to talk to you. So if you need to take it with food, if you need to take it in nighttime, you don't drive while taking this, those type of things.
Right. Now, you said you were prepared to demonstrate the app.
I am.
Okay. And this is available for iPhone or Androids.
Correct. I know iPhones are very popular. I go against the grain. I have an Android. They're almost identical. They sound the same. They work almost identically. The difference is on your iPhone, NFC, which is what talks to that label that's on that medication, is already enabled. We had to wait until iPhone opened that up until that we could get in and get access. So the iPhone app came a little bit after the Android came out. Android, you do have to enable NFC, and it's going to encourage you to do that. It's going to ask if you want to. And I already did it so that I would be ready for this. But it's really cool. There are two types of scans that you can do on the app versus the actual ScriptTalk station. You can only do a full read. However, you can jump through the information to get what you want. Now, on the app, you have an option for a full scan that's going to go through all of that medication information, or you can do a quick scan, which is just going to read that basic, medication name and dosage, and you're done. So with the full scan, let me go ahead and pull a bottle out. For an iPhone, you're going to hold it up to the top center of your phone, which is going to catch the tag on it. And it's going to yell at me because I didn't put it on it, right? Because I have an Android. Yeah, it's going to say error report. So you're going to feel a little vibration or a little catch. For the Android, it's on the back near where the camera is.
Prescription information. Patient name, John J. Smith. Medication, amoxicillin 250 milligrams capsule. Instructions, take 1 capsule 3 times daily. Quantity, 30 capsules. Fill date, June 10th, 2020. Expiration date, June 10th, 2021. Refills remaining, 0. Prescriber, Drive, Ben Casey. ScriptAbility Pharmacy. Pharmacy phone, 800-555-1212. Prescription number, 123456. Warning, important, finish all this medication unless otherwise directed by prescriber. Warning, this medicine may be taken with or without food. Warning, may cause diarrhea during treatment. If it persists or becomes severe, tell your doctor or pharmacist. Warning.
That is great. Now, how do you control the playback, rewind, and forward on the app?
You do not, but you do have the option, like you can speed it up just like you would any other app, but you do have the option of doing the quick scan, which up at the top, there's 2 options. There's a full scan and a quick scan, and I've got the quick scan selected now.
Okay.
Amoxicillin 250 milligrams capsule.
That's if you quick want to just confirm you've got the right medication in hand. And then the other cool thing is, you're at your doctor's office and he's asking you what medications you're taking. And some of these, I know mine sound like foreign language. I'm not going to remember. I might give it a shot, but I'm not going to know. So any medication that you full scanned on this, there's another tab that you click called My Meds, and it's going to give you a full list of all your medications that you've scanned.
That's great.
If you're traveling and you need a pharmacy near you that's one of our partners, or you're looking for a new location, there's also a pharmacies button where you can find a participating pharmacy near you, and also a help button. It'll walk you through how to use the app.
Now, can you save your meds on the station also?
You cannot. Yeah, no, you're going to have to rescan them each time you go to pull them up. So that's the benefit. The app has a few more cool features than the station does. And a lot of people use both. They like to have access to both. Some just prefer one or the other.
So where are you now? Give us a sense of how people can find pharmacists that are participating.
We largely work on word of mouth. So we have a great CSR team, customer service team, that does a lot of outreach. You can visit our website, envisionamerica.com, and that is VISION America.com. And at the very bottom, there's a find a pharmacy feature. And it's very cool. We just updated it. So if you allow it to, it's going to know where you are and it's going to pull up pharmacies near you. If you're not comfortable with that, just enter in your zip code and it'll find participating pharmacies near you. And alternatively, we're always here to help. Call us anytime. We're here Monday through Friday. We have CSRs that can connect you with a pharmacy in your area that offers this.
And the new relationship is with Hy-Vee. Congratulations.
Yes. We're very excited. We've worked with Hy-Vee for a good while. What is so unique about this partnership is that the talking prescription labels are now available in 26 languages. And in addition to that, they recognize that for people who speak English as a second language or have limited English proficiency, they're also going to, in addition to that RFID circular talking label they're going to add to the bottom, they're also going to put a booklet style label on it that's called a dual language label. And it's a booklet that's attached right onto the medication. And it's going to have all that similar information that's read out loud. It's going to be on this little booklet. And the cool thing about the booklet is it is in English, but it's also available in the language of your choice. So this one I'm actually holding is Spanish, which of course is very popular in our country, but it's one of 25 languages available. So we can support with Hy-Vee 25 languages. So not only can you get that on the booklet style, but also the RFID label can be programmed in that same language that you're most comfortable speaking.
Now with ScriptAbility, people can also receive it in Braille, but whether they're going to read it in Braille or have it read out loud, that's the choice and the options that make it so accessible to people.
I know a lot of people prefer to have both. They want the Braille on because it's a grade 2 Braille. So I think of it more as like a cheat sheet to tell the medications apart. And then if they have a talking label as well, then if they have a question about, a warning or how many refills are left, they can always access that information too. So, and then we also have the booklet style label, like I was just saying, that's in dual language. We have it available in just English as well. So if someone has some usable vision and they prefer just kind of a larger font, it can go up to 22 fonts, they can do this where they're going to attach this label directly onto the bottle.
I was really impressed with the list of languages, Jenna. I saw Haitian Creole, which I don't think I see that as an option. And I have quite a few friends who are Haitian. They've grown up here, but their roots, they're Haitian American. So some of their parents and grandparents still speak Haitian Creole. And I am sure that they don't see that as an option very many places. So good job in just really trying to expand the reach as much as possible.
And all these languages are certified. So, we put a lot of work into making sure that it's a good translation so that it's going to make sense.
And that's the other thing I was wondering about when it came to developing the product and testing it out and getting feedback. What can you tell us about that process? Like, who did you test the station out on or the app on?
It's evolved over so many years. I know for the app, we had a beta group. So we had a number of advocates that had shown interest in wanting the app. So as we were working on it, we would release it in advance to them to allow them to play with it, give us feedback. And we're constantly looking to update. So we never not get feedback. We're always in an evolution mode. So if someone has an idea, if one of our patients has an idea, call us, tell us. It's very rare, but if you find a bug in the system, call us, talk to our pharmacies. In addition to having support for our patients, we also have an in-house tech team that supports our partner pharmacies that are going to work with this. So like Hy-Vee, if they have any questions while they're implementing it, they can always call our team, our technology team, to answer any questions that they may have.
I've always liked how you guys made yourself accessible, whether you're at the conventions or you're at other conventions like out in DC. Dave's been out there. I think I've met you out in Washington one time. Always there, ready to have the demo, always got something for people to hands-on, so you could actually just experience the process of picking up your pill bottle if it has a disc on the bottom and just setting it in there and getting that, whether that quick response or more details of it is readily handy. And I like that now, especially with, we're all getting a little older too, but some of us still use iPhones or Androids, that it's accessible right through the app as well. So the opportunity and the accessibility that you guys make yourselves. Plus your website, envisionamerica.com, is full of information there too.
And very accessible.
Yeah, I think Pete, who I talked to before, I mean, he's hardcore. All he wants is his iPhone. I don't think he wants a station, if memory serves. I apologize if I've got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, we try to meet people where they are and what they're comfortable with. The cool thing is for Hy-Vee, it is 275 locations. So it is throughout their chain. And they're just one of many partnerships. That's the latest that we're so excited by. We so much appreciate that they recognize the need for this. But we also work with companies such as H-E-B, Kaiser Permanente, Rite Aid, Schnucks, Walmart's and Sam's Clubs. That's another big one. Winn-Dixie, Publix. We're also available through many of the mail orders, such as Accredo, Caremark, Express Scripts, Humana, OptumRx, and you name it. You know, if you have a pharmacy that you're at that is not offering this, I know you had asked earlier, what we do is we encourage you to give us a call. You talk to them yourselves. We can give you brochures and stuff to go in and talk with them, but give us a call and our team will reach out and talk with them and explain the benefits of this. It's very cost effective for pharmacies to offer, and just having that safety of knowing that your patient can access the medication information whenever they need to. I mean, I think it's priceless.
And speaking of the partnerships or the pharmacist sort of investment in this, how over these years, how difficult or how easy was it of a sell to get pharmacists on board? And what, if any, cost is it to a pharmacist?
I don't like to go into costs too much. What I can say is it's very cost effective, similar to like an Amazon Prime membership for our pharmacy. And it very much depends, of course, on how big the pharmacy chain is. If it's a smaller mom and pop shop versus multiple locations, that's why I hate to go into numbers. But what I can say is that at the end of the day, the pharmacist cares about their patients. And as a nation, we're constantly evolving and we're becoming more aware about different things like English as a second language, if you have a disability, things like that. We're just becoming more knowledgeable. And it's just a matter generally of sitting down the pharmacist and having that discussion with them and explaining how much this can benefit the patient. I can say that on a federal level, there are guidelines. They're not rules per se, but it does discuss an ADA effective communication that should be available. And then on a state-by-state basis, we're seeing some states who are interested in making this state law. So Oregon has, Nevada has. There are some other states that have it in discussions right now. So it's something that's just becoming more in our mainstream consciousness, that people are more aware of this. And we're here to support it.
Yeah.
This started out as something for the visually impaired and the blind, yet now with the 25 different languages, it also reaches across other barricades that are put up sometimes when a pharmacy offers something in English or Spanish, maybe the top ones right there. But this can actually serve that purpose as well.
Exactly. And in addition to those, we also offer controlled substance safety labels, which I don't know if you followed the Sacklers news at all or Purdue, but opioid and all those controlled substance are a challenge. And so basically what that label is again, it's similar to the Dole language. It's similar to the large print English. And what it does is it attaches onto that bottle and it just highlights that this is the medication you need to be careful taking. And it also has like a QR code that links to a simple audio video that will just drive home the dangers of that medication and highlight it so that that pharmacist can't always be there with you. That doctor can't always be there with you. But if you're curious or you need to double check, something, that you always have access to that important information. So hopefully it does prevent, mistakes, doses. So basically at the end of the day, we're looking at patient safety.
I wondered with now these free test kits, COVID test kits going out, there's no medication yet for COVID, but I just wondered what you guys are doing in terms of researching possible ways to get in on making the test kits accessible or anything COVID related. Are you working on anything?
That's an excellent question. It's not something that we've directly looked at. I know the pharmacist has the capability of going in and programming the label. We don't have access to your information, your medication information. All that is done on your pharmacist side. So it is a good possibility that if they wanted to, they could do a label for that, but it's not geared for that at this point.
Yeah.
It's not geared for over the counter or for the take home. But I did see that they're becoming more readily available.
Yeah. And this thing is just a moving target anyway, right? It's just...
Jeff was talking about, we love getting out, we love doing demonstrations, having our units available for individuals to come up and demo them in person. So far, we are hearing that, shows are going to be open next year. So our fingers are crossed. I think ACB is, NFB, and some of the other shows that we do are currently planning in person, as long as it's safe, of course.
Yes.
So we're excited. We're hopeful.
I just wanted to make sure we talked about ways people could get involved, because you kind of touched on that, in terms of if I, for instance, because I go to a mom and pop pharmacy and I have no problem with asking them, hey, did you guys know this was available? Can I leave you some information? Can I put you in touch with somebody? That's one way. But I know that there's an initiative that you are a part of and encouraging people to become advocates of that. So maybe you could talk about that initiative.
Of course, it's called Medication Safety Awareness for the Blind. And basically, it's got 4 key pillars to it. We ask that you communicate, participate, publicize, and encourage. So look for events in your community. I know we've been locked down to some degree with COVID. There's not as many events, but a lot of them are going online. Like, I love that I'm talking to you guys right now on Zoom. A lot of things are moving online. So you can demonstrate, you can show with the app. We're here. We'll send sample labels. We can give you access and show you how the app works. We can send brochures. We're here to support with whatever you guys need. We do have some social media posts. We have videos available on how ScriptTalk works. We are here to provide you with whatever you need to share with your friends, your legislators, your pharmacies, just to spread the word and get it out there. It's an initiative we focus on primarily in October, but it is a year-round event. It's not limited to just 1 month. So we've got folks working all the time on it and calling us. We call them advocates. Mm-hmm. And we're not limited. Like, we can give you stuff about our products, but at the end of the day, we just want patients to be safe. So there are other alternatives out there.
I just want to say that something really great came out of playing poker. And there's been a first here on this Blind Abilities podcast, 812 podcasts, and we mentioned diarrhea twice.
Dear.
We're breaking records. I'm just really excited when I saw the Hy-Vee thing. I thought, wow, that's not just Minnesota. That's not Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That's the whole United States. Plus, you're up in Canada. So this has really, really spread out a lot from 25 years ago. And then when you started the ScriptTalk, I remember when that first started, to see where you are today. So great job to you and your team. Say hi to Dave. And Jenna, thanks for coming on and, sharing. And we'll put some links in the show notes. And thanks, Lisa, for joining the crew here and getting this out.
It was my pleasure.
If any of your viewers have any questions, they can always call us at 1-800-890-1180. If they're more comfortable emailing us, it would be customerservice@envisionamerica.com. We're here to help. Whatever you need, we're here. So it's been wonderful talking to you both. I very much appreciate your time today.
Nice talking to you, Jenna.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jenna. And for more podcasts with the blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. And if you want to leave some feedback, give us some suggestions, give us a call at 612-367-6093. We'd love to hear from you. And from all of us here at Blind Abilities, through these challenging times, stay well, stay informed, and stay strong. I want to thank you for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the reality
of blind ability.
The realities of blind abilities.
Blind abilities.